And what that means is that Ekaterina Seleznyova has taken gold number 4. Alessia Russo of the host nation takes a silver medal. The bronze to Ukraine's Yeva Meleshchuk. Seleznyova does it again. 4 out of 5 gold medals. An incredible display from the Russian gymnast.
Terminato con le finali individuali con il nastro, ci spostiamo ora all'ultima finale d'insieme con l'esercizio con i 3 cerchi, 2 paia di clavette. Move now to the group final, last group final, 3 hoops, 2 pairs of clubs. The group of Ukraine, la squadra dell'Ucraina.
And so we begin the final event of gymnastics at the 2019 Universiade. It's the 3-2 final in group competition in rhythmic gymnastics. 3 hoops, 2 pairs of clubs, and what a way to begin. We start with Ukraine. Now, Ukraine took the silver medal in the all-around competition. They also took the silver medal in the 5 balls exercise, but this is a sensational routine, and they were the best at performing it in the all-around. It is a bolero to bowl you over. A bolero that's hard to believe. A bolero that's bold and beautiful. It is Ukraine at its best. What a display from this very comparatively inexperienced group. It's a routine across the various Ukraine groups that's been making waves this year. It is quite stunning, and it takes courage to take a piece of music that's been made famous in a different sport with different elements by very iconic athletes. They've made this their own. So very striking. They had a 16.3 difficulty for this routine in the all-around final. Will they receive a similar reward from the judges? Ukraine, all-around silver medalists with 5 balls. But this is where they excel, this is where they do their best work. Does she agree? Do they agree? Do you agree watching at home? Did you feel? Did you sit there open-mouthed watching that performance, as many do? .34.35 in the all-around. They've given everything they have. Lots of calculations taking place. It's a routine that is so packed, there's so much for the judges to make an assessment of. It's very good indeed. 24.45 for Ukraine. They're up by a 10th from qualification. To Chinese Taipei, represented by Chan Ting-chen, Lai Xin-ya, Lo Yu-ching, Peng Manling and Tsai Jui-shan. And they scored a 19.4 for this piece in the all-around competition. Wasn't quite as strong as the 20.1 they achieved with the 5 balls. And they've been consistently 4th so far. Can they push up beyond? It really has been a very positive competition for Chinese Taipei in gymnastics. 4 medals they've won, including 2 golds. Now their rhythmic gymnastics group would dearly love it if they can also get in on the act. Was very successful, the rhythmic gymnastics group competition for Chinese Taipei in their home games a couple of years ago. So far they've just found themselves run out in 4th position in both of the group events we've had. What it would mean to them if they can just change that this time. One feels like it's going to come down to a battle, as it always has in these games, between them and Japan. Rebound off the midsection into the catch, fluidly performed.
The group.
Very good score from Chinese Taipei, 20.4. They're up by a whole mark from their performance in the all-around competition, and they're in the silver medal position at the moment. To chance of Nippon. Japan make their way out onto the field of play. Very well supported by Japanese fans who've travelled a long way to be here. Japan represented by Miyu Kawata, Misuzu Kishimoto, Mebai Maruyama, Ai Tsukahara and Haruna Yamawaki. And they were the 3rd best performers in this part of the all-around competition. 21.45. They've already taken 2 bronze medals, and they do it again. It really has been such a successful games for Japan in the sport of gymnastics across the two disciplines. The part of the Universiade program, they have won so many medals. Japan have equally shared 14 gold medals with the Russian Federation. Great sense of intensity to the choreography from Japan. They've got some very good group work going on in rhythmic gymnastics across their various teams. Expressive performers. Nicely executed walkovers, kept them well synchronized too. Chinese Taipei, a score of 20.4. What of Japan? They were a full mark above that in their display in the all-around, 21.45. Are they going to get in there ahead of Chinese Taipei once more in what's been the story of the group competition here at Napoli 2019? How's your lip reading? Look of intensity on the face of the officials to match what we saw from Japan on the field of play just a matter of moments ago. It's going to be a very crucial score, this, in terms of the final standings. We still have Russia to go, and they will be the final performance. And they've got there again, Japan, 21.15 ahead of Chinese Taipei in the silver medal position. So it's Ukraine 1, Japan 2, Chinese Taipei 3. And now to this final performance from Slovenia at Napoli 2019. Zala Dornig, Zoya Ivancic, Sara Krajul, Kaja Puric, Tamia Vilchaseme. This was the stronger of the two routines from Slovenia in the all-around. They scored 18. But it was a very good step up for Slovenia with the 5 balls. They got 19.1, so if they could do the same here, all will be very well indeed. Slovenia conclude their competition at Napoli in 2019. Some very exciting work that they have produced across the two routines. Perhaps just the sense in that one they were very slightly battling for control from time to time. Nonetheless, they made a very positive impression. They certainly were in very buoyant form after the success they had in the 5 balls competition, getting a score not far away from the 20 mark. .6 is their score, just down a little bit from the performance in the qualification process. To the Republic of Korea. 18.575 is what they achieved in the all-around final. Lee Yeonjong, Lim Se-un, Nam Jin-soo, Song Hye-rin and Yuk Hye-min about to perform for the final time. It's a routine that has quite a lot of creative and high-intensity passes of the apparatus, and on probably too many occasions for the Korean gymnasts' liking, they were really battling to get those passes completed. Quite a few moments where the gymnasts were moving far out of position to retrieve the apparatus, so that is going to impact the execution quite considerably. one example. A couple of drops at the same time. Nice touch this, the rebound off the gloves just didn't quite work out. Just came off at slightly the wrong angle. Each one of those steps necessary to retrieve really does impact the execution score.
The group of Norway, la squadra della Norvegia.
15 for the Republic of Korea, 4 for execution, by some way the lowest score that we've had so far in this final for execution. They're in 5th place. So Norway about to perform. It's Ukraine 1, Japan 2, Chinese Taipei 3. And the performance of Emily Holt, Fanny Lund, Margit Overas, Emily Svensson and Caroline Wenberg. Norway scored a 14.9 for this piece in the all-around final. It's a very different routine from so many of those that we've seen in this competition. Almost an austere beginning, the music very slow, and that makes it quite memorable. It does then build and allows for a great deal of variety. Just towards the end of the piece, there was a very clear occasion when one of the hoops really got away, and it's so difficult then to chase down the trajectory of a moving hoop, so hard to predict when it's rolling. Moment where the 3 became unfortunately 2. real chase had to be given. At least it didn't go completely off the performance area. Norway score 15.1. They've made a little advance of a couple of tenths from the all-around final. They are in 5th position ahead of the Republic of Korea. The penultimate routine, it will be Australia performing. Emily Abbott, Alexandra Edel, Alana Matthews, Emeka Onoda and Alexandra Teixeira. They really have been an enjoyable group to watch, the Australian outfit. They've got such a sense of camaraderie and team spirit. They bring an exuberance to the performance area. They've also brought a very good army of travelling supporters. Well, you expect that really, don't you, from Australians? Always so well supported wherever they go. There's a very quick bit of reflex catching because that hoop was nearly flying over and above. Got some lovely facial expressivity to their performance work as well, which is so very important as part of the overall storytelling. Well, they were very pleased, Australia, after the score for the 5 balls apparatus exercise. And how will they feel when the score for the 3 and 2 comes in? 16.15 was what they achieved in the all-around final. Not quite as good on their synchronisation there as they actually were in performance. They were working a bit harder on the performance side of things, though, to be fair. But a good experience at the 30th Summer Universiade for Australia.
The group of Russia.
Oh, that's very, very good indeed. Score of 18.8, and Australia find themselves in 4th position. So they've really advanced by over a couple of marks from the all-around final. And a great conclusion to their competition. And so we now conclude our competition. This, the final exercise in the 3 and 2. And it is the Russian Federation. Alina Alieva, Elina Barodzina, Marina Kozlova, Valeria Rusina, Angelina Shkatova. And they have so far won the two group competitions. They won the all-around, they won the 5 balls exercise, but it was a different story in the all-around in this particular segment because Ukraine were better than them. And at the moment, Ukraine lead. So the Russian Federation need this to be quite spectacular. It's a wonderful piece of rhythmic gymnastics to draw to a close Napoli 2019 here at the Pala Vesuvio. Well, it does feel rather right that the Russian Federation should get the last word. So successful have they been in this competition? Will they get the last gold medal? That is a different question entirely. It's going to be close. Ukraine 24.45. That is the score to beat. And the Russian Federation scored 23.05 in the all-around final. Did feel as though there were sections of this that they were in greater control of than they were in the all-around final. There is a lot of very cleverly layered difficulty too. Avoided the problems that they had in qualification, and they therefore might have avoided a lot of the execution deductions. It's gold for the Russian Federation, 25.65, a margin of 1.2 over Ukraine. And that makes it a clean sweep of group gold medals for the Russian Federation. 3 golds for all of those gymnasts. They have done supremely well. The final standings in the 3-2 group competition in rhythmic gymnastics at Napoli 2019. The bronze for Japan, the silver for Ukraine, and the gold for the Russian Federation. That gold medal, the 8th Russian gold medal of the gymnastics program at Napoli 2019, puts them clear of Japan, top of the leaderboard. If artistic gymnastics was Japan's program, well, rhythmic has been the Russian Federation's.